Hi everyone, this is Jennifer Stay from Coloring Pages Bliss, and I'm here with another review. And the nice folks at Totally-Tiffany have sent me a beautiful product for me to share with you guys and show you something new that you might like to add to your organizing supplies to help keep our coloring art tools all beautiful and ready for us to create with. Now this lovely little desk organizer is called the Pen and Ink Palace, and it's part of the Desk Maid collection. I have a very specific application that I was excited about for it, and I will show it to you towards the end of this video. But for now, let's talk about the different features of the Pen and Ink Palace. Now, one thing that I really am impressed by the Desk Maid line by Totally-Tiffany is that it is wood. It isn't any kind of cheap plastic or something that's going to fall apart relatively quick. It is high quality wood. So it's a little sturdier than most things, and it's going to last longer. It's been painted a beautiful white color, so it's going to look pleasing, and any art supplies we put on it, the colors are going to show up really nice and be easy for us to pick out. So it has a nice open shelf on the top where we can put tall or odd shaped things. And then it has a tiered shape design, sort of stair-like. And on the bottom, let me show you, and it has some nice little feet on it so it won't slip on your desk, which I have really appreciated already several times. So that's a very nice touch. Thank you, Totally-Tiffany. Now, where it gets really interesting, of course, is up front here where we have all of these little shelves. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the bottom is a shelf as well. So that's really cool. And these shelves have a little finger pull here you can grab, and they come all the way out and have a backing back here. Now, if, for instance, you have some ink pads or things that are thicker and deeper, you can actually remove an entire shelf and use a double space. So that works out really good too. And the shelves move in and out really easy, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of measuring to see exactly what the specs are of the Pen and Ink Palace. So I've got my trusty ruler here, and it looks like we are just shy of 9 inches wide, and overall height is, let me turn it so you can see, just shy, but I would say it's pretty close to 7 inches. I'll put my hand back here so you can see. And then this direction here at the base, again, just a little bit shy of 7 inches wide here. And then the bottom shelf, when you put in a ruler here, the depth to the back is about 4.5 inches. It's only going back this far, and then there's that stopper there on the back. So I'm wondering why they left this dead space right here. And then each shelf has that back, which is great because if you've got this shelf loaded up with some markers and you wanted to pull them out, you do need a back on there to help pull those forward. So I love that there's a back there. That's really nice. Okay, and let's see if all the shelves are about the same depth. I'll go ahead and measure it and then let you know. So they're all about 4.25 inches deep, except for this bottom shelf, which of course you can't slide out. It's just a solid bottom shelf, and that one is 4.5 inches deep. Now, it does say that the shelf is 8.5 inches wide, and that's a little misleading, and let me show you why. If you tilt the shelf this way, you'll be able to see what's going on here. Now they've cut a groove here so that the shelf can slide in and out. Now when you pull this part of the shelf out, this part here is 8.5 inches wide. But when it drops in here, you actually lose some of the space because of the groove. And so you can't fit a piece of standard 8.5 by 11 paper in here because of that groove. So just keep that in mind. You won't be able to put paper into these shelves. It's too wide. 8.25 inches of space inside each shelf. Use it. What I'm going to do is bring out a whole bunch of different art supplies, and we're going to discover how many and what will and won't fit on these shelves. And some things, as we know, are supposed to be stored flat, and so that's where this will fit and work perfectly in our art studio area. So let's try some things. These are my stash of Sakura Jelly Roll pens that I keep in this can right now, and usually I put the can on its side and hold it on its side somewhere in my art studio. So but wouldn't this be a fantastic place to display all these beautiful colors, and they'll be ready for me to grab and color. So let's load it up and see how it does. So I was able to fill up easily all those beautiful Sakura Jelly Roll pens that I had, and with plenty of room to spare. So I grabbed a package that I had been holding on to that I haven't had time to play with, and tucked those down in underneath. So not counting this unopened package, I have a total of 43 gel pens here, and let me show you how much space I still have. So you can see that I didn't even use 2 of the shelves, and there's room to double up these pens. So there is ample room. My son did some calculating for me on the Jelly Roll pens, and he figured you could fit 21 on a single row of the Jelly Roll pens. So that means you could do 42 gel pens per row if you wanted to, if you doubled them up. That's impressive. That would be quite a gorgeous collection of these gel pens. Of course, there's all different kinds of gel pens that we could try in here. You guys know me, I am a big fan of dollar store gel pens and all kinds of things. I also am a big fan of highlighters. And some gel pens come in packs. And so we could sit here and fill this up with all kinds of pens and highlighters. In fact, let's do a row of highlighters, shall we? Because we've got fat highlighters. Oh, they fit. Very good. Let's do a row of those. And then we've got these really cool clicky type highlighters, and so they fit in here just fine. You can still grab them, or you could grab here and slide out that whole row so you can get to your crayons easier. Isn't that nice? Really nice. And then as a colorist, we always have odd shaped things. Like here I have some odorless mineral spirits, and that would fit up here just right. I'm going to set that up here. And you usually need an eraser and a blending stub. Let's tuck that over here so you can see it. I've got some ointment or petroleum jelly, so I can do some blending techniques with that. Put my pencil sharpener up there. So we can fit all kinds of odd things up here. And then of course we're going to need some color pencils. So let's see if this set of Prismacolors will fit on a shelf here. Look at that, it fits perfectly on that shelf. I can slide out. It's just maybe a tiny bit tall, but it still fits in there. Then if I had some loose pencils, Like here I have a set. This is a huge set of crazy art pencils here. You want to see just how many pencils I got to fit on just one shelf of the Pen and Ink Palace? Okay, now, just so you know, I could have fit more, but this just happened to be all I had in that one pencil bag. So let's see how many I got on this one shelf. Wow! If I could fit all of that on just one shelf of the Pen and Ink Palace, imagine what else I could do. That's fantastic. Look at that. And I can just grab underneath and grab that little hole for your finger and slide that whole thing out. Now this brings up one issue that you have to be careful of with these shelves. They don't have sides. So if you are going to pull the whole shelf out, you kind of want to hold on to the side once you get it going, because you don't want to spill off the sides. But you can pull the whole shelf out. Like I'm holding that whole set of pencils in my hands now, and then I can, let's see if I can get it back in here. Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at all those coloring supplies. So now I'm going to take all of this out, and I want to show you what I am intending to use this amazing Pen and Ink Palace for here in my art studio. Okay, so in the end, after testing all those different coloring supplies in the Pen and Ink Palace, I have decided to use it sort of what it was primarily designed for, and that is for holding dual-ended markers. Now, when you store double-ended markers, it's important that you store them flat. This way the ink stays evenly distributed across the marker, and it's ready to use either way. Now, when I received the markers, they came in 4 cases like this, and it's kind of a cool case. They have little slots on the bottom where each marker sits, and it cradles it like that, but it's more designed to stand straight up and down like this. So when I loaded them all up, I was thrilled because they fit almost perfectly height-wise, and I got them all in, plus a little room for a few extra. And then I got thinking, you know, it would be fantastic to have the shelves labeled somehow so that I knew where they would go as I use them. So if I pull out like 6 of them and I was coloring something cool, it would be easy for me to get them back in once I've got them all organized in such a nice manner. I want to be able to get them back in easily. So I designed a really cool chart here that sits on the top of each one of these shelves, and it was really simple to do. And if you end up buying this awesome little desk organizer, I really recommend doing something like this for your marker set, because it's fantastic to use it this way. So here you can see more from my perspective how awesome this looks with the Blick Studio brush markers all lined up on the shelves of the Pen and Ink Palace. I've got 96 colors here all lined up, so you can kind of get an idea of how many this awesome shelf will fill. And you can see down in between the markers where I've got my color swatches that I built, that I created for it. So it's really awesome. If you pull out a marker now, see, now I can see exactly where my marker belongs. So if I end up pulling a couple out, it's really easy to put them back. It's fantastic. I really like how this is working out for me. And then I can put, you know, markers I've pulled out, or odd shaped markers, or different sets of markers up on top of here. So let me show you how it works. I'm just going to pull all these markers off this top shelf and show you what I did here. And this 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock will slide right in there, just right. So what I did was I took a piece of cardstock and cut it to about the width, the depth of the shelf. It's a little shy of that. And then I marked off about 1/4 of an inch and That was the area that I knew I would fold down to hang down from the edge of the shelf. And then I marked roughly the width of each marker, and then you can mark the number of the marker or the name of the marker and do a color swatch, and there you have it. Your shelf is now labeled so you know exactly where all of your colors belong as you use them. Plus it works great as an actual color swatch in case you're not sure if the color on the marker is true to color when you are doing your coloring. So it's fantastic. This is a great way to do it. Now, if you come to my website, coloringpagesbliss.com, and check out the link that's in the description, because I'll put a link there to take you straight to it. I will post some dimensions and maybe some pictures of exactly what I did to create these little swatch cards here, because this makes me really happy that this works so perfectly. It slides right in there and it's all set up, and I'll be able to put my markers right back up on the shelf, no problem. So this little pen and ink palace is the perfect little spot for all my markers in my art studio all the time. They're safe, they're stored correctly, organized, and ready to color right when I need them. So let's go ahead and measure the approximate width of these so you can get an idea if your markers will fit. These are roughly about 1/2 inch wide, so that will give you an idea if your markers are going to fit. Let's take one out and see if out of the box they would fit. Out of the box they fit fine, but boy oh boy do these long markers stick out a long ways. And so I don't know if these would be ideal, and they barely fit up here, so you can fit them out of their package up here. This is your Faber-Castell Pitt. These are probably my fattest, chunkiest markers I could find, and they do fit on here, but I don't think they would fit this way with the little pocket clip that they have on here. Another popular style of marker is like your Prismacolors or your Winsor Newtons, which are about the same size as your Prismacolor Premier markers, and they fit with plenty of room as well. So that works great too. Well, I just finished recording a live event on my Facebook page, and I used the Pen and Ink Palace to help me organize the markers I used during the event, and it was awesome. Look at the way it all displayed and how fantastic it held all the different kinds of markers. Look, all my Sharpies were right here in a row ready to go. And then down here I had all my Crayola colors super tips here ready to go. So cool. If you like the Pen and Ink Palace as much as I do and would like to have a chance to have it in your art studio or in your craft room, then you're in luck, because the nice people at Totally-Tiffany have given us an opportunity to give one of these away to my followers. So if you are watching this between the dates of January 19th, 2017 and January 27th, 2017, then you have a chance to win. So what you need to do is visit the link in the description of this video, and it will take you over to Totally-Tiffany.com, where you can enter to win. Now, the contest ends January 27th, 2017, and we will select a winner and send one of these off to someone very lucky who gets to enjoy this awesome pen and ink palace. Even Mishka, my cat, wants you to win. So, if you happen to be here after the contest is over, or if you just want to go purchase one, please go check out Totally-Tiffany.com because they have some fantastic products and they are very well made and very well thought out and worth your time to go check it out. So if you found this video to be useful, please like it and don't forget to subscribe and set those notifications so you don't miss any future giveaways. Thanks again, Totally Tiffany. And if you have another product you'd like me to review, please comment below. Or if you have something you'd like me to do another tutorial on, I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, blissful, and very organized day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.